Welcome Libra, this is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do a 2023 first quarter reading. This is for clarity and direction during January, February, and March of next year. So I ask you to consult your other signs, your sun sign, moon sign, rising sign for a fuller message. Let's get started with your focus and your fear. So your current focus is very much on a review of the way in which you have allowed the words, even deeds and actions of others to affect your evaluation of what is worthy of you. This is the awareness that other people are not happy as you move forward towards things that do make you happy, that will allow you to be successful, that take you, that criticize the direction you're moving in, or that dismiss you, don't take your efforts seriously. Libra, you are serious about planning, learning, questing for a new way to do things. You may be looking at new business opportunities or just new ways to structure your life so that you're curious about other ways to do things and you're looking at the concrete models of things that you admire in order to gain ideas, information from conversations that you're having about the way to plan, the way to deliberately move step by step towards your stability, your security, your material comfort. You have been damaged by the way others don't understand the direction you're moving in. In the past, that would have stopped you. You no longer are stopped or inhibited by the negative feedback that you receive from others or the lack of others to understand what it is you're doing, the lack of curiosity they may be exhibiting in something that has your curiosity, your attention, and you believe can promise you some abundance. In your past, we have the Tower and the Four of Wands. What you're learning from your past, the lessons you're bringing with you from 2022 and before, are this understanding that unpredictable events, things that are sudden or unexplained, have impacted the structure of your life. It could be the structure of your business, taken apart, the structure of your conditioning, the way your home was built. Changes in the family can have disrupted or interrupted the way in which you customarily, the customary hierarchy that existed in your family, certainly as regards to your work or your efforts in the world, your community, the structures that existed have been altered and changed irrevocably by the unprecedented events that are occurring in our world, in the world. What you've learned from this is that it is the foundation, the cultural, spiritual foundation that provides you the opportunity to grow, celebrating that beyond the material things that may have been lost, the outer structure or frame that may be challenged by events as they have occurred in the past, you have continued to mine the opportunities in the abundance around you so that you have now created a foundation that allows you and your loved ones or members of your community to grow. And that is something that you've learned to celebrate. Abundance exists beyond the material realm. There is magic in the everyday. And that is where you are coming from as 2022 closes. we have in the present the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. You're cultivating the ability to start new. You're recognizing the opportunity to move in a new direction with a fresh inspiration, a fresh desire to not only pick up the pieces, to find the clues and information in unprecedented events, catastrophic events, ruinous events, whatever destruction has occurred in the structures of your life. You've learned to find inspiration and a new direction as you've gained the wisdom and the knowledge, the passion that abundance, opportunity exists everywhere. And this is also having you reevaluate your inheritance, your cultural inheritance, your spiritual inheritance, whatever it is you've gained from those that have come before you. It can be a material, a financial inheritance as well, but this is really about your understanding how you benefited from the work that others have done before you, specifically so that you could benefit and have access to more. As you recognize how much of the work of your ancestors has created your path, your abundance, you are now consciously participating in that abundance, in that legacy, so that others coming forward, coming behind you, have the same, if not more, access that they too can generate into the future. In the place of your strength, this is where you are learning to detach yourself from your powerful emotions. The powerful emotions you've experienced in your past, in the past where maybe you were not taken seriously. Maybe you have been the victim of catastrophic events, oppressions, repression, or the dismissal of those in power, not being noticed for your efforts or work. You are now understanding that you have learned something from those experiences, from that heartache, and it is the learning and understanding that is helping you to detach from the pain. You're plucking, you're gaining, you're sifting out what you've learned in order to release your attachment to the belief in these former circumstances that essentially denied you, that fulfilled the needs of others without regard for your need. In the place of your outside help, we have the devil, Libra. And it's interesting that you have the Tower and the devil here. And this is telling me a story about the way you recognize how former structures were toxic, were not helpful to you, robbed you of your vital energy, your passion, and left you limited to a particular way of achieving, so that your obligation was in compliance to the authority that existed. That you now understand that was a choice that you made. It was a choice you can always make. And you're now recognizing that instead you can choose to fulfill your own needs, to follow your own bliss, to pursue your passions in the direction that serves you. This is not about being bonded to something that someone else needs or wants. And as society harnesses us into compliance to those roles that may not serve you, and I'm sure many of you experience how that is not serving so many of us at this time. This is a sense of power and empowerment, and understanding the limits of honoring the bonds that do not recognize your needs or your desires. I'm going to finish this reading with an oracle card from the Soul's Journey, and I pulled loneliness. I know that I am never alone. And there's some wisdom that's coming to me through this card about your ability to prioritize the things that matter most to you in your life. The commitment that you've had to make that has meant more often than not that you've made a sacrifice. You may have sacrificed easy companionship or relationships in order to focus on your own self-development. And as rich as this self-development is in aligning you not only with your authentic desires and goals towards the path of your greatest fulfillment, it is at times made at the cost of superficial alliances, social activities that have little meaning for you at this time. I'm going to leave it here, Libra, hoping that this has been helpful to you. If it has resonated for you, please like and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I look forward to seeing you again in the future. Namaste.